We're going to be looking at angles in this lesson. So an angle can be formed by fixing one ray. The word fix in this case means just making it, setting it there and holding it to that position. And we call that the initial side. And then we can make another ray coming off of that, say like that, and that will make an angle. And this second ray that we make we call the terminal side. We have standard position of an angle, which just means that if we're on a coordinate plane, so we have our xy plane, and standard position means the vertex is at the origin, and the initial side lies on the x-axis. And then when we measure angles, we're going to be measuring angles either above or below that initial side. So we might have some other ray, the terminal side coming up like this, making a 30-degree angle, or we could have the terminal side coming down like this, making maybe a 60-degree angle or something like that. When we're describing angles, though, we're going to use positive angles and negative angles. So positive angles will be going clockwise, and negative angles will be going counterclockwise. So really I should have a negative 60 here for the bottom one, because we're going down from the initial side. So we call that a negative angle. Example 1, let's try doing some of these. So 240 degrees, well, we're starting, these are all in standard position, so we're starting on the x-axis there, and then we're going to rotate 240 degrees. Well, if we think about where 240 will be, first of all, let's think about what quadrant it will be in. Well, you'll notice here is 180 degrees, so 180 degrees is going around making a flat, straight line. 270 degrees if we make another 90-degree angle, so it's somewhere between those two. So we have our initial side there, and if we think about taking 240 and subtracting 180, we get 60. So that means it's going to be 60 degrees down from this side here. So I could do something like that, and you'll notice that here this is going 60 degrees down from the 180. So it's 60 more than 180, which is 240. So this angle going from here all the way around to here, that is a 240-degree angle. For the second one, we have 500 degrees. Well, that's more than 360, and 360 is a full circle. So that means we're going to go all the way around once. That's 360. If we take 500 and subtract 360, we have 140 left. So we need to go 140 more than that, so we're going to go around to maybe there. We'll say that that is 140. And again, think about 140 is 40 less than 180, and so that means that this angle right here is going to have to be a 40-degree angle in order for that to work out. So 500 degrees more than 360, which means that we go around more than once. All right, negative 50 degrees. So we have our initial side along the x-axis, and then instead of going up some number of degrees, we're going to go down. So it's going to go something like that, and that right there is a 50-degree angle, and we'll call that negative 50 since we're going down. So you'll notice with the 500-degree angle, we went around the circle once and then kept going. So since it was more than 360 degrees, so that implies that there are more than one way to describe a specific ray. So let's look at two rays that are two angles that are called coterminal angles. So if you remember that last side that we have, so in this case with the 500-degree angle, it's this one here. We call that the terminal side. So angles that are coterminal have the same endpoint. They end up in the same place. So let's look at a negative 45-degree angle, which I'm just going to use the xy plane that we have up here. So negative 45 is going to look something like that. And then 315, well, 315 we're going to go from here past 90, past 180, past 270, and we'll actually end up right there. So think about if you take 360, 360 minus 315, you'll notice you get 45. So that tells us that it's going to be 45 degrees less than 360, which is right here. So these are called coterminal angles. They end up in the same place. In example 2, we're going to find two angles that are coterminal with a 60-degree angle. So first, let's draw a 60-degree angle, something like that. So if we want ones that are coterminal with that, well, one way we could do it is just add 360. So if we go 60 degrees, like this, and then we go 360 degrees, we'll end up back in the same place. So if we do 360 plus 60, that will give us another angle measure that's coterminal. So we could have a 420-degree angle would be coterminal with that. Let's do one more. I'll do this in blue. So another way we could do this is maybe subtract 360. So say if we go 60 degrees and then we subtract 360, we end up in the same place. So let's do 60 minus 360, which is going to be negative 300. So these two angles would be coterminal with 60 degrees.